Hi, my name is Christine, and welcome to Mastering Your Drawing Skills in 3 Easy Steps. As well as drawing being art therapy, drawing is about seeing. First picture you saw there was the rough drawing that I'm going to be showing you how to do. Now, drawing is about seeing. I really can't emphasize that enough. To draw well, you have to train your eyes to see the subject. A good example of that could be an apple. You think your apple is round, and so you draw it round, but in actuality, the apple you're looking at might have bumps and bruises and make it like slightly different shaped. And if you're not really looking, you're not going to see those things. So it's important to draw what you see, not what you know. Drawing in general is also very meditative and therapeutic, so it's a good thing to keep drawing. First step, blind sketch exercise. This exercise is very important. It doesn't produce a great looking sketch. Matter of fact, it's pretty bad. And I have this sped up, so you're really not going to understand the process here. But it's important to keep your eyes on your subject, on your reference material, and not at all on your canvas or your paper. That is the exercise. Do not look at your canvas or your paper. Keep looking at the subject matter and slowly use your pencil to draw around the shape very slowly. Train your eyes to go slowly around each and every curve and every single bump that you see. And once you do that, you're training your eye to actually see what you're drawing and not what you think you're going to be drawing. The second step is to draw in your shapes. Start blocking in your shapes. Look at the shapes of the picture itself or the reference or even the person sitting there if that's what you're doing, or the still life. Break it down into shapes and make sure you make your shapes in relationship to each and other shapes around it. Here I'm looking to see how everything fits in the space that it's in and what relationship everything has to each other. Sort of like the end of the cuff there where it hits the middle of his lower lip. I've done that. And then where the top of the thumb hits in relationship to the top of the cap and the eyes. Where the bottom of the cap hits in relationship to the mouth and the chin. It's another point of reference. At this point, there's a lot of erasing, a lot of checking to see where everything is sitting. My eyes are mostly on the reference, and then I keep going back to my paper just to see where everything is. It's important, if you're wanting to draw really well from a reference, to keep your eyes more on the reference than you're actually putting it on the paper, because that's really where you're going to find out the information you need. Also, this is a good place to stop if you want to put color in your piece. You don't want graphite mixing with your color. Now it's time to put in your lights and your darks. This is where you start really rendering it. So here I've started putting in some of the shadows, some of the darker areas, highlighting some of the lighter areas on top of the darker areas, and just giving myself an idea of where my contrast will end up being, mostly like in the hats and the hands, in the skin. But it's a good time to sort of map out the whole lights and darks of the entire piece. Although, as you can see, I'm still sketching in some of the details. I'll keep going back and forth here, sketching in some of the details and then doing some of the shading, like putting in some of my darker areas and showing up where my lighter areas will be. A good drawing is a good foundation for any painting you're going to do. And just as a side note, using a grid is also a very effective way of getting your drawing accurately down onto your canvas. Although there are many other faster and effective ways of getting your drawing down on a canvas, drawing is a really good skill to have. Although I'm ending this sketch where it's still very rough, and I even had to keep tweaking it after I stopped recording it, it's a good example. It's a good way to show you the basics of drawing and the best way to learn how to draw well, especially emphasizing the seeing part of it. The exercise, I can't tell you how important it is to use. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe to see more. Bye.